We welcome Shawnee.
Welcome, welcome,
Welcome.
welcome.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome, Shawnee.
welcome.
Glad to be
Love you. I love you guys. I hope you're having an amazing time at this event because I am charged up. How many know that we all need to take care of ourselves? Come on, wave your hands if you know that. We all need to take care of ourselves. You may be at a place in your life right now where you feel like giving up, but I want to encourage you tonight. We all need to take care of ourselves. So thank you so much to Marla for hosting this call and the amazing healthy living revolution. As you are already heard, my name is Shawnee and I'm hailing from Jersey. I have my beautiful Tower Garden behind me. Yeah. And I'm going to share my story of how this all got started. My health journey began long, long, long ago when I was first born, but I really didn't know what that consisted of because I grew up in a family who came from the South. So my family was farmers. And then I also had my mother's side on the Puerto Rico side, who was also farmers. So I grew up around that all my life. And then most of them migrated to the city. And so in my head, I was like, I'll never probably be able to farm. That's nothing that I'll be able to do, grow my own food. And then I came amongst this amazing community called Juice Plus, the product and the Tower Garden. And how I came about it was I was introduced to it from a friend of a friend. And I came to an amazing event. And at that time in my life, I was very knowledgeable of health. I have a background in biology pre-med, so I'm very knowledgeable of it. But I just knew something was missing in my life. And so I had to have the honest, real talk with myself. And that's what I want you to do tonight as we're talking about this. Have a real talk with yourself. Are you really getting enough fruits and vegetables? And that's something I had to ask myself. Am I getting it? And the truth was I was only getting yellows and greens. That's all I was getting. And so I began on this quest to find a solution. And when I was invited to a Juice Plus event, it made sense to me. And so I learned something in this event that a healthy person needs 7 to 13 servings of variety of fruits and vegetables just to be healthy. But guess what? I looked up yesterday and it said 30. So it went up. And I know why it went up because of the videos we just watched. The land quality is not there. The nutrition isn't there. So we have to eat more to get the nutrition we used to get. And let's be honest, the way our earth was created, everything was good for us to produce from it, but we jacked it up. There's some chemicals in the ground. The ground's just not doing, what it was before. And so, even though we go to the market and we get our fruits and vegetables, we have some things to consider. One, the produce is picked before it develops. I learned in science that the full nutrition of a fruit and vegetable does not come until the very end of the maturation process when it is vine ripened. And so we're going to the market and we're getting produce that doesn't taste like anything. It's lacking of nutrition. It's traveled and transported thousands of miles to us, and we're just nutrient deficient. And so that's where this particular company, Juice Plus, came along, and they began to solve a problem. Now, I want you to look at this. I want you to screenshot this because your doctor probably has not shown you this. Someone else probably has not shown you this, but where we are supposed to be majoring in our health is the foundation. You can't build a house without a foundation. And so this picture here shows you what the components of your foundation consist of. And it's 3 things. The first thing is water. The second thing is greens. And the last thing is a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. And guess what? In our life, there will be storms. There will be hurricanes, tornadoes. If you have a strong foundation, your house may shake, but it will not break. And so we came up with an amazing solution. We have 5 solutions, but tonight I'm only going to talk about one. And you've seen it already. You know what it is. It's called Tower Garden. And Tower Garden is amazing because it majors in the foundation in that greens and the rainbow part of the spectrum of our foundation. It's allowing for us to grow straight from our home or straight from outside. We found that 8 in 10 Americans have grown their own produce over the past couple of years. Why? Because there's laws being passed where people don't have to put things on labels. There's a lot of chemicals that are being put in the ground. Farmer A, who's growing organic fruits and vegetables maybe down the road from Farmer B, who's growing GMO fruits and vegetables. And when tornadoes, hurricanes, and rains and all those things begin to hit, guess what? That stuff blows over into their farm. I don't know if you thought about that, but it's an actual reality. And so what we're doing is we're giving you a chance to grow your food in a sustainable way and be able to truly take your health back. It says that the average American currently spends $45.25 per person on fruits and vegetables each month. And 62% believe that a garden would actually help their overall diet and wellness. And so that's where Tower Garden comes in. And we already told you it's 98% less water, 90% less space, and all of those great things. And so I want to show you how I started off in my journey. This was 7.5 years ago. Look on the left. That was me in the yellow shirt. I'm not pregnant, by the way. I was not pregnant, but I was tired. I had a background where I came out of teaching for 12 years. And I was looking for a solution, and I came amongst the Juice Plus community. And I didn't think I would be a person who would grow my own fruits and vegetables, but I literally said, give me everything. I want everything. I want those capsules. I want those chewables. I want the shakes, and I want the Tower Garden. And I had the mindset of this. And I want you to ask yourself this question. Is what you're doing right now going to help you 3 to 5 years from now in your health? If it's not, then guess what? You're not on this call by mistake. You're on this call because someone cares about you. You're on this call because you feel like you couldn't do this. You're on this call because you're realizing, hey, this is a reality. And so I began to realize that it was a reality for our family, and I began to take back our health. And I want to encourage those, if you're a family out there and you're the most health conscious person in your family, don't look to your family to become geniuses in their health. It's your responsibility. You're the one that's supposed to take the baton and help others to be intentional. And that's what we get to do in this community. We get to inspire others. We get to encourage them where they're at. We get to come alongside them and give them hope by letting them know that not only can they grow their own fruits and vegetables, but they can get their budget back. How many love to get their budget back just by growing your own fruits and vegetables? So I'm going to share a story with you really quick of how this community, and I started the business community and the Tower Garden and Juice Plus community all at the same time. When I began in this business, life was okay. It was comfortable. I didn't have as much financial strain and things going on in my life. But what I didn't know is that my yes was going to mean more. Go ahead and type that in the comment. My yes means more than I think it does. And so I was in a place where I had to learn to say yes to myself. I'm a mom of 3. And at that time I had 2 children. And as a mom, a lot of times we say yes to things for our kids, for everybody else around us, but sometimes we forget about us. And dads do that too, because they're out there providing and doing all the things that they need to do. And we sometimes forget our own self. And so when I joined this business community, I began to say yes to my family. And I told my husband, we'll never pay for this. We'll never pay for this because I'm going to share this with other people. I can see that this is a need that society has, and I want to definitely champion this and, share this with others. And so we kept on our journey, and we were doing good, losing weight, getting rid of allergies and doing all these great things. But guess what, you guys? I became a story. My whole family became a story. We were embarking on this project to build our home. It was about an 8-year project. And we went to a bank and we got a mortgage loan for a land that we bought cash. And long story short, we got scammed. And so I remember looking back as I'm going through this, and I said to myself, I can't let my health go. Like, that has to be one thing that's intact, no matter what happens in this process. And it was a hard process, y'all. There was times of crying. There's times of asking, why did this happen? There was a lot of that. There was a lot of sleepless nights. There was nights when my husband had to physically work on this house with my father. There was a lot of confusion as to why these things happen. But I want to tell you that no matter what pressure is happening in your life, that is not an excuse to give up on your health. That's not an excuse to give up on your dreams. And so we kept going. And what began to happen was each month there was thousands and thousands of dollars that had to be put out to build this home. that we just moved in April of this year. We finished this house after that 8-year-long process. But guess what? It was very nice every time while we were going through this to see in the bank account checks that were coming from my Juice Plus business of sharing Tower Garden, sharing about the capsules, sharing about the shakes and all the different products that we had, just because I was impacting lives. There was times that we needed a beam to build the garage, and we were blessed to come up by the beam, and it was in our budget and we were happy, but there was some checks that came in, not only from my husband's job, but every part counts. And the thing about it is, you may be comfortable right now, but you might not know what's down the road. But what I can tell you is this: if you say yes now, whatever is down the road, saying yes to your health now, yes to your finances now, yes to your dreams now, that you'll be better off having said yes.